So it's the time to celebrate and be merry, right? But I think for some of us, 2020 might be bringing up a little bit of emotion, me included. So it makes me really think about how I could use a stiff drink this holiday season. And maybe you can too. On that note, here's this week's wellness tip. Did you know that the body sees alcohol as a toxin, and that when we intake alcohol, it actually makes our blood sugar levels drop, causing us to crave carbs? Oh no. So if you're somebody like me who's trying to stay on target and on track throughout the year, what can you do to really give yourself the space to enjoy a little libation here and there, especially after having a year like we just did? So for tip number 1, I'm gonna invite you to set a limit for yourself before you head out. Because what can happen is, once we're out, we're having a good time, we're feeling really social, and then one drink might turn into 2 or 3 or 4, right? So if you set that limit before you head out, it might give you the space to actually be mindful of how much you're intaking and then stop yourself from going past the point that you'd really like to. Tip number 2 is all about pacing yourself. So how do you do that? By taking 1 drink of water in between every alcoholic beverage you choose to take, right? Easy enough. And then it's also gonna help you to stay hydrated, right? So that this way you're not mixing up hunger throughout the course of your celebration with thirst. Tip number 3, and probably one of the best ones, is to be really mindful of your serving sizes. So I have a handy dandy visual for you guys. 1 serving of wine is actually 5 ounces. So these are 2 standard white or red wine glasses. So if you're somebody who only has 1 set, right, this is a little mindful visual for you. This is a 5-ounce serving of wine. 5 ounces of wine is about 100 to 125 calories depending on the type that you choose to drink. This is probably what you're typically used to seeing when you're celebrating, right? So this is just over 10 ounces. So you might be intaking 2 servings without even being aware of it, right? So that's something to keep in mind as you're out celebrating for the holiday season and beyond, right? Because you might grab for a drink here and there, and that's okay. Don't let that one day of possibly overindulging and really enjoying yourself and celebrating stop you from moving forward with your goals. It's when we let that one day start to leak over into other days that we get off track, right? So allow yourself to enjoy, really experience the things that you're doing, and then go right back to your goals the next day. And that's it. I hope you found that tip helpful. Don't forget to check back every week for another way to nourish your soul. Thank you again for joining, and I hope to see you guys soon. Happy holidays.